Okay, so I just want to disclaimer before the video actually begins that in this video I do get rather a little bit angry. Like, I have like 5 tiers of anger, and no one has ever seen me at 5th tier, which I consider pure rage. No one has ever seen me at that level of anger before. Uh, so in this I get like, what, tier 1 probably? I get like a tier 1 level of rage in this video, and I don't want to make it sound like I hate this anime. I really do love it. There's just a couple of things in the anime that I don't really like about it that makes me feel angry towards the script writers, which is weird. I feel a small bit of anger towards them because I feel like they did something that is kind of inexcusable and shouldn't really be done. A lot of my friends disagree with me and say that they definitely should have done this in the anime, and it was a really good decision to do this, but I completely disagree with them, and I hate the fact that they even decided to do this, because through my mind, this is literally something that makes me hate an anime, and I don't want to, and it makes me hate the main protagonists, and they're not meant to be hated. But yeah, I just want to warn you guys, don't take everything I say seriously, because this is coming off my own opinion. I enjoy Overlord. It's an amazing anime, and you'll hear why I like it. It's just the fact that a couple of things made me dislike the anime so much that it's not my favorite anime. I'm sorry to all of you who think that Overlord is better than SAO. I'm sorry, this is just my opinion. I really don't really think that this anime is amazing, and the scriptwriters did an amazing job, and holy shoot, they are geniuses. But I shall shut up. I'm going to now let Past Game Over talk about what he thinks about this anime, and I hope that you guys do not hate too much on him for... He's simply just saying what he thinks. He's just saying what he thinks, and that's it. So please enjoy the video the best way you can. So we're going to be talking about Overlord, as you can tell by the description. And I have a lot to say about Overlord, but none of it is really good. Okay, when I say this, I'm not saying that Overlord is bad. Overlord is an amazing anime, the music is fabulous, and the characters are amazing, the personalities are great, the details are awesome, the fights are amazing, yada yada yada, I can go on. But I feel as though I'm going to talk more about what I dislike by accident, so I should probably warn you guys beforehand. First of all, we have to begin the intro. So, what's up everybody, my name is Game Over, and welcome to my top 5 favorite Overlord characters! We're going to be beginning with my top 5 favorite Overlord characters' favorites, as usual, and then we're going to talk about, what the plot is and what I thought of the anime. So let's jump right in. Coming in at my number 5. Now, my top 5 favorite anime characters for this anime was really difficult for reasons that I'll get into later on. But just know that this was probably the hardest I've ever been able to find a top 5 favorite anime characters. Mostly because all the characters are not really that interesting to me. Or they're just straight up villains. So first of all, coming in at my number 5 is the Lizard Man in the Lizard Men arc of season 2. The first part of season 2 is about the Lizard Men, and the dude holding the ice sword is literally my favorite guy. Well, he's at my number 5. Mostly because he's not evil, which is really rare in this anime, and he took initiative. Like, I'm surprised that he's not the actual chief leader of all the Lizard Men. He took initiative, and as soon as he heard that his home was getting ransacked, or they were all about to get slaughtered, he banded all the lizard people together and went for a full-on war. And it was awesome. The battle was amazing, and it's one of the few battles in the anime that I don't feel bad about. I really enjoyed that fight. The reason why he's at my number 5 is because after the arc, he isn't seen No more. Well, he's seen here and there. He is seen training the massive hamster called Hamsky. He's seen training him, but apart from that, he's never seen anymore. As if the lizard man never existed. So yeah, that's why he's at my number 5. He's just not seen that much. Coming in at my number 4. Number 4 has to be Demiurge. Demiurge is an amazing character. He is amazing. He may be a villain, and yes, I count the main protagonists as villains because that's what they are. That's what they're acting like. Demiurge, he always has this I always have this feeling that he's up to something. Like, he's sneaky, shifting in the shadows. There's something about him that makes me feel like he's concocting something, planning something. And it's that feeling that makes me like him. It's like, whenever he enters a room and I know that he's doing something, and whenever he speaks, my heart just races. I'm like, he's planning something. Which is, I love it. I love it so damn much. The reason why he's coming in at my number 4, it's because, while Demiurge looks like he's planning something, he doesn't really do anything in the actual anime. He only actually did stuff in season 2 at the end. And that was pretty much it. That was the only time that we actually see him do something. Every single other time, he's either used as a joke, so then Ainz can, like, tell everyone, none of this is my plan. All of them are just telling me what my plan is, and I'm just doing it to make them think that I'm an amazing ruler. Apart from that, his other joke is that whenever any human comes and talks to Aizel, he just goes, "Prostrate yourselves!" and they just kneel. That's literally all he does. So, the fact that he doesn't really do much, it kind of downgrades how much I like him, but the fact that he exists as a character, it's amazing and I love it. Next, coming in at my number 3, is Aizel himself. Why is Aizel not at the top of the list? Because he's not my favorite character, and he's far from it, actually. Like, there's a massive landslide between my real favorite character and Aizel, but I'll explain why. At the beginning, I really liked Aizel, the fact that he helped the human village and expected nothing in return. That's what I really enjoyed, not to mention all the scenes where he's messing around, being nice to his servants and floor guardians. All those scenes are amazing, and I love it. My favorite scene, this one.
Thank you, Mare. I'm truly happy to hear that. Your words always seem to have a way of filling me with joy. And not only that, but it fills me with gratitude for my comrades. I wouldn't even give you up to Buku Buku Chagama herself.
That's literally my favorite scene, and it's heartwarming, and I love it. The reason why he's nowhere near the top of my list is because he's just a straight up bad guy. He started off the anime helping people, but then delved slower and slower into an asshole. The only people he is kind to are the floor guardians, the maids, the village people, and that is it. Those are all the people who he's nice to. The rest of everyone else gets nothing but misery. And that's the end of the story. He's a main protagonist, sure. That's the reason why we want him to win, and that's literally it. If he wasn't the main protagonist, we'd all want him to lose, no matter what his reasons were. The fact that he's the main protagonist is the only reason why we feel any attachment to him. And while that is how I think, a lot of people disagree with me. I'll get into why I think this later on, but basically, he's just a villain, and I'm not a big fan of him. Like, there are villains that I really, really like. The lady in White Rock Shooter, that villain in Black Rock Shooter, I'm talking about, Love, I think it's Song Love? Love Song? Ah, I forgot the name. God, all I know her by is White Rock Shooter. But the reason why I liked her is because she didn't necessarily do anything. She didn't do anything evil. In fact, she helped the human race and then just let her subordinates destroy the human race. She didn't do anything. She really didn't do anything. She's not necessarily evil. She just wanted to fight herself. That was it, her plan. That was it. She didn't hurt anybody. She didn't order her subordinates to kill people. That just happened. She just wanted to verse herself and knee-blade herself, basically. Aizelgone orders his subordinates to kill people who are morally right, and also allows them to kill innocents and then doesn't care. Which makes it sound like White Rock Shooter and makes it sound like, wait, you're counter-intuiting yourself, but his goal is to find the other players and to see if there's any other player. Well, I'm not even going to get into this. I'll get into this later. Just know that he's not my top #1 favorite character. Next, at my number two has to happen with what I did with Sword Art Online. Remember what I did in my top 5 favorite Sword Art Online characters? How Kirito and Sinon shared the first place? Well, I have to have 2 people share the second place, because I can't choose between them. And those 2 people are Albedo and Shaltir. These 2 characters are awesome, and I enjoy every single moment they are on camera. They are amazing characters, and I love it. Just the constant squabbles between them, the small scenes where they're just doing stuff in the castle and talking to each other, the constant screaming and chaos. It's funny to me, and I love it. It reminded me of the same humor that I felt with High School DxD. The reason why they're not my #1, it's literally because of one thing, and it's every single scene that they say the sentence "pathetic humans," "worthless humans," or any sort of sentence where they talk garbage about humans. Sure, you can say it once, twice, maybe even 3 times to get the point across that they don't like humans. But when they constantly talk over and over and over again about how they are not a fan of humans, even if Aizelgone says treat humans with respect, they still talk about it. That kind of gets old after a while and makes me not like them anymore. Not to mention, while Albedo is easily controlled, because she's mostly with Aizelgone himself, and whenever she's out, she's with him, and he can just say, stop, and she'll stop. Shaltir mostly spends her time away from Aizelgone. She literally spends an entire episode killing a bunch of bandits who barely even did anything to her. Which, obviously, they deserve that, but still. And she constantly just talks about how, oh, I want to kill a human, yay. And that's basically her. Apart from her personality with Aizelgone, everything else is just she likes to kill humans. That is Shaltir. And Albedo is pretty much the same. If it wasn't for her only being in Nazarick, that would be the only... Like, her only personality would be that she likes killing humans and is in love with Aizelgone. That will be her personality. But yeah, that's pretty much why they're at my #2. Everything else is amazing. I love these guys. My #1, the top of the list. My #1 favorite Overlord character. And that has to be Semus. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I'm pretty sure I got the name right. The butler dude! I forgot his name. But I love him. He's such an amazing character. Tian, that's his name. His last name's Tian. He's an amazing character, and I love it. His ability is super speed and awesome, amazing punches that can knock out literally anybody. He's one of the only characters in that Follow Aizelgone that cares about other humans and is willing to save them. He saved a human, which is another one of, which is a character I really, really like, and I like that they're sort of lovey-dovey lovebirds with each other. The person who made him is the member of the group that agreed that it's the right thing to do to save people. That dude, basically, I like him. Just everything about him just slowly makes him a better character to me. The only thing that I wish is that there was more of him on screen, but he's awesome, and I love it. Yeah, that's pretty much why he's at my number 1. There's not much to go off because he only does stuff in Season 2. That is it. That's the end. We're all done there. That's my top 5 favorite anime characters. Now it's time to go on to the plot. Alright, so let's speed through this as fast as we can because we've got 3 seasons to go to and I have a lot to say about what I think about this anime. So, first of all, in Season 1, Aizelgone, who goes by Momonga at that time, gets trapped within a video game. Well, not trapped within a video game. He gets trapped in his avatar in a video game called Yggdrasil. I'm pretty sure it's called Yggdrasil. And he gets transported to another world that goes off of video game logic. Like potions, spells, healing potions, skills, all that sort of stuff. They literally talk in that language, which is great. He freaks out when he's able to smell and touch albedo, which was absolutely hilarious to me. And he realizes that all of his subordinates have been brought to life. He decides to test the world he's in to see if everything works how the game actually did work. And he sets a goal for himself to try and find his friends, or at least try to see if any of his friends got trapped within the game with him. That's basically his whole entire plot. He saves a village, then moves on to turning into a warrior class because he was a mage, but he has an item that allows him to turn to a warrior class. He hides his face and decides to become a hero or an adventurer and join the heroes thing and become the greatest hero everybody's ever known to kind of hide. Like, he plays as Aizelgone, and he also plays as Momonga, which is his hero form. Anyway, he races in his hero thing, fights a person who is trying to create an undead army, and just has fun killing people. And her name is Clementine. He fights her, she loses instantly, and we move on. At the end of Season 1, he fought Shaltir Bloodfallen because she was hypnotized by a world item. Basically what happened is she went on a massive killing spree, and an adventurer came and he had a world item. He used it, but as he used it, she killed everybody, and then while the effect was affecting her, she also killed the person who used the item. So after that person died, she then got hypnotized and was forced to just stand there and do nothing, which broke my heart because I felt bad for Shaltir because, like, she was going on a massive killing spree and killing people, but no one deserves to just go brain dead and not be allowed to do anything. Anyway, Aizelgone decides to fight Shaltir and then revive her to break the hypnotizing spell, which he successfully does. After a long battle, Shaltir was supposed to be more powerful than him, which she is, but he outthought her. Then Season 2, the beginning of Season 2 is about the Lizard Men, how he wanted to kill them all in order to create an undead lizard army. I'll go on about what I think about that in a couple of minutes. Anyway, there was a change of plans, and he decided we're going to hire the lizard people, and I'm going to rule over them, and they're going to help me instead of being undead. Then the next part of season 2 was, what was it? Next part of season 2 was probably one of my most favorite, like, sections, like, arcs of season 2, which was the part with Tiamat. How the butler dude, went and saved the girl, and he, like, said, "Don't worry, I'll protect you from Eight Fingers, a corrupt organization that's selling drugs, I'm pretty sure." And anyway, Eight Fingers wants to kill her for some reason. He protects her. She gets kidnapped. He meets 2 new characters. A blue-haired dude that was seen in Season 1 who lost to Shaltir Bloodfallen but managed to run away. And a boy knight who is protecting a princess who is obviously evil because she has evil eyes. And the princess is absolutely in love with the boy knight. But yeah, he meets up with them, joins them, defeats Eight Fingers with them, and then saves the girl. I'm not going to say everything that happened there because after that, the girl ends up being hired, well, not after it. It was before that, but he went to go and save her because Aizelgone gave him permission to. Basically, she now serves Aizelgone and the butler dude, so that happened. Then Season 3 comes along, where it was by far the worst season I've ever seen. The first episode is literally my most favorite episode out of the whole entire anime. And then Season 3, Episode 8 happened, which I will get into, and I have a lot to say about it. But yeah, basically, first part of Season 3 happens, where he keeps to himself, but Aizelgone keeps to himself. He doesn't let anybody know of his location or anything like that. But someone hired a bunch of adventurers to ransack his home. Like, they thought, oh, it's an uncovered tomb, which it's a tomb. We can probably ransack the place. It's probably abandoned. Everyone goes in there, and every single one of them dies. And they make sure that you get heartbroken at that scene. After that, then they get an alliance with a kingdom that the person hired to yada yada yada. They get an alliance with a kingdom that plans to betray them. This is hard to explain. Aizelgone decides that if nobody's going to leave him alone, he wants to make Nazarak his own nation. So he creates an alliance with another kingdom. You can watch the anime to figure out why that alliance happened. But basically, they create an alliance, and they decide to say, okay, we want to make Nazarak our own nation, and this kingdom is helping us do so. The other kingdoms disagree with this heavily, as they have never met Aizelgone, and they just think, oh, a random dude wants to create a nation. I know, let's go to war with him. Because we don't want to give him part of our land. I understand why, but it's kind of harsh, to say the least. But yeah. They go to war. Aizelgone utterly destroys everyone. The armies didn't even need to fight. Aizelgone just casted one spell and won the war. One spell, and he won the entire war. I won't say what he did because, holy God, but yeah, that's how powerful he is. And season 3 ends with him in his new kingdom, sitting on a throne, and that's where it ends. Season 4 will come out sometime this year, but I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm really considering, like, yeah. Anyway, now that that's done, now I need to talk about what I think about this anime. So, Overlord, in question. Let's talk about what I like. The music. It's flippin' amazing. I love Season 3's opening theme song. This thing has the most greatest, like, beginning I've ever heard in anime music. That song is flippin' amazing, hands down, and no one can argue with me on this. In terms of fighting, all the fighting scenes are epic. I can easily say that. All fighting scenes are amazing. They are all epic, and I can't say anything else. That's what they are. They are amazing. I can't really say anything else. The character designs, I love them. Character design is everything for me, as you guys know. And I love it. I love Overlord's character designs so damn much. They're so detailed. And then the character personalities. Each and every one has a personality that I really enjoy. Demiurge got to my number 4 simply because of his personality. Aizelgon's personality is great. A dude who on the outside looks like a maniacal overlord, and on the inside, he has no idea what he's doing. And he's terrified. Albedo, a succubus who's serious but in love with Aizelgon and flippin' hates Shaltir. All the characters are amazing, and I love them all. But that's pretty much all that I like. Which leaves only one thing that I haven't talked about. The plot, the story. Which for the first time in ages... Actually, no, not in ages. For the first time in forever... The first time in forever... I don't like the plot / story. I don't like it. I don't know why, I just don't like the story. Okay, so let me explain. So, it begins, I love the beginning, the first 3 episodes. That was like one of my favorites. The first episode is simply just him hanging out and understanding what's happening around him. The second episode is him saving a village of people for nothing in return, which is what I liked. The third episode, it was just like filler, but I liked it. I loved it. But then it went downhill. It showed people dying and him not caring. That was easily overseen. I could easily oversee him not caring about people dying, about humans dying. I can easily not care about him not caring about other people dying. That's the easy part. The hard part is seeing him fine with ordering people to die. I'll get into that in a second. But basically, Clementine's fight, I didn't feel good about it. When I watched that fight, it was amazing for sure, but I didn't feel right about the fact that Clementine basically didn't stand a chance against him. And that was just because she was fighting something that she didn't know. She was fighting him in a way that she would fight a human. However, he was undead, so most of the things that she did didn't affect him. And he just crushed her instantly. One mistake and she was crushed. And I didn't even get to see much of her. I didn't get to see much of what her items did. I didn't even get to see much of what she could do. She was just one fight, and that was the last we see of her. Fight between Shaltir and Aizelgon, which when Shaltir got hypnotized, yes, I felt bad. I felt horrible. But the fact of the matter is, before that, she literally got pulled over by bandits, which she knew she was, and then went on a massive killing spree, killing all of the bandits, then all of the adventurers that showed up to defend the bandits, and then killing the adventurer that would hypnotize her after she killed him. In that sense, she was just murdering people. She was being a villain, which It's fine. Maleficent is literally a story about the villain being the villain, yet it didn't feel good. I felt sorry for all the bandits instead of feeling like, yes, kill them all, yes, do it! Because while all other weebs just either think, pretty girl, hooray, go, I don't care if you're evil or not, just, you're pretty, so go. Either the weebs think that, or they are perfectly fine with watching whoever die. They just like seeing people dying in anime. Me, I don't like watching villains just be villains and that's it. I like I like someone having humanity, having morals, having, like, not just straight... And that's the thing, Aizelgone used to be human until he got trapped in the game. He was a human working in a office job. And then he gets put into the game and he's just like, I don't care if people die. In Season 2, that was, like, my favorite anime because it was less about them acting like villains and more about everything else. The funny aspect of them being in Nosarac, seeing the butler actually have the humanity and the morals that I was looking for. And yeah, just... it was great, and I loved it. I loved that season. Then Season 3 came along, and that's when I realized that this anime literally wants me to hate the main protagonists. Because the first part that was talking about... I was talking about how they were keeping to themselves, yet a bunch of adventurers were hired to go and ransack the place. Before that happened, we got to see a bunch of, like a group of 4 characters who were going to ransack the place. They were hired because they were getting money, or at least one of them was getting money, to help her sisters out of debt because her parents were so in debt that it went on to their sisters. She wanted to get her sisters out of debt and then remove them from her parents' care because their parents weren't really looking after the place and were being really bad parents. She promised them that one night, she specifically said a night, I will arrive and we're going to leave this house. They go to ransack the place, but then get caught and they are forced to fight Aizelgone. It was wrong of them. It was wrong of every single one of them to say that they were only in it for the money. They should have elaborated, I get that. And now Aizelgone just sees a bunch of intruders in his house, and he goes to kill them all. That I understand. They were in the wrong. But I would have been fine if they just died. If I saw those 4 characters die, I was fine with it, because at this point, the anime has done it so many times that I just got used to it. So I didn't care anymore. But the moment that made me literally think that the anime wants me to hate the main character is after... Okay, this is the moment. I'm literally going to show you the moment. Please, YouTube, don't copyright strike me for this, because this literally needs to be shown. I can't say this in words. This literally needs to be shown. At the beginning of this season, they show you this scene. Remember, this is the same anime that has the exact same scene that I'm about to show you. They show you this scene as the most heartwarming thing I've ever seen.
Thank you, Mari. I'm truly happy to hear that. Your words always seem to have a way of filling me with joy. And not only that, but it fills me with gratitude for my comrades. I wouldn't even give you up to Buku Buku Chagama herself.
After that scene, where they're all hugging and very happy, then begins the whole entire him keeping to himself and them going to ransack the place. when they're about to be killed, they show this.
But if your comrades taught you any compassion, then honor our sacrifice and spare our friend's life. That's all we ask.
Shaltier! I want you to teach that girl the meaning of despair. Punish her by striking terror into her heart. Let her come to realize that she has no hope of ever returning home. Then, kill her mercifully.
Don't worry, I'll be quick. Why, you'll hardly feel a thing when I kill you. You have Lord Ainz to thank for such a generous mercy. But first... A bit salty, huh?
That was them being killed. That, if they left it at it, could have been fine. But that vampire lady, it might have been taking that one scene, the last scene that you saw with the girl, it might have been taking it a little bit too far, but I could have gotten over it. That was fine. I was fine with them dying. But directly after that scene, they show you this.
I miss our Shay. When was she coming home again, sis? Should be real soon. It's fine, because if we all live together, then we can just take turns. Together with you, and together with our Shay.
That scene was her sisters waiting at the window, waiting for their sister to come and rescue them from their parents. That was literally the thing that broke me. I was fine with them dying, but they showed me these children having hope and waiting and happiness, full-on happiness. This one scene, weirdly, this one scene, these children were the ones that broke me and made me realize I don't like this anime as much as people think that they like this anime. I hated that scene. I despised it with a passion and I wish to burn it. That scene sucked badly. And not the sucked as in, oh, I'm sad that that happened. Oh well. It sucked as in, why did they even think that that was okay? Why did they think that it was okay to show this to the viewer? There was no point. I don't care if it's showing both sides of the story. You don't do this. You don't give the viewers a reason to hate your character. And everybody else probably doesn't hate him for this, but I do. I hate Aizelgone just for the fact that he didn't listen to why they were ransacking the place. And that's bad. You're not supposed to hate the main character. And the weird thing about this anime is whenever he gets into a fight, you don't want him to win, but you don't want him to lose. You want him to win because he's the main protagonist. You want him to win because he's the main person of the story. But you don't want him to win because he's evil. And the other person, whether they are guilty, innocent, or morally righteous, when they're just gonna die anyway and have a horrible consequence for being them, for being innocent, or being morally right, or, well, in terms of people being evil themselves, they do kind of deserve it, but still, innocent, morally right people dying by the main character's hand, who, his whole entire thing is that he doesn't hurt innocent people. What? I don't understand why this was necessary and why this had to happen, but this one scene made me not like this anime as much as Sword Art Online, or at least I like Sword Art Online and Overlord equally, but for different reasons. Overlord, the only scenes I like is when they're doing nothing. When Aizelgone is in his castle in Nazarak with all of his floor guardians and they're just messing around. Those are the only scenes I like. Everything else just makes me feel bad, and it's one worse event after another worse event after another worse event. It just keeps making me feel worse. That's basically what I think about Overlord. Basically, if you like watching a villain be evil, watch Overlord. if you like constantly watching the heroes be killed over and over and over again because Eiselgon's too flippin' powerful and you know that he's not gonna lose, watch Overlord. If you are fine with watching innocent and morally right people die, which seems to be most of the anime community, which terrifies me, watch Overlord. I would like to apologize to every single, like, all the other anime weebs, all the other, content creators who make content about anime and constantly keep on saying that they love Overlord and love the characters. I'm sorry to you guys. I love this anime too, but for way different reasons than you guys. I'm not gonna watch an anime and be fine with the main character killing innocent and morally right people. That's not me. And I got a little bit angry when talking about the main character killing innocent and morally right people. I got a little bit angry. That's what this anime did. It actually managed to pull anger from me. That's new. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to apologize, like, scriptwriters, this isn't me having a dig at you, and anime fans, this isn't me telling you that your choice in anime is wrong, because it isn't. The whole entire point about anime is that we watch anime and we play anime games because we enjoy it. We love that anime. I love Sword Art Online, it's my favorite anime, and yet everybody disagrees with me. That it should be my favorite anime. But you know what? That's fine. Because we all have different tastes. You guys love Overlord and all of Overlord and how amazingly new it is. I love Sword Art Online for the world it's set, the detail, and the story. We all have different tastes. And it's fine that I'm different than you guys. Because it's boring to have everyone say, oh yeah, this anime is amazing, you should definitely watch it. It's boring. Having every single anime watcher be like, yeah, this anime's good. Cricket sounds. That's boring. Having people say, oh yeah, it's fine, but there's a lot of it I don't like. That makes us different, and that makes us all unique. I'm constantly unique because I literally don't fit into any community. Because the Sonic community doesn't like me because I like Sonic 06. The Weeb community doesn't like me because I have Sword Art Online as my favorite anime. There's like, I don't fit in anywhere, which means I'm pretty much the most diverse person that anybody thinks of. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video somehow. I don't like ransacking and hating on an anime, but that one episode ruined the whole season for me. But yeah. Thank you again for watching. If you did like it, please hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button to see more awesome and amazing videos that are just like this one right here. And please tell me what your favorite anime character, what your top 5 favorite Overlord characters is in the comments. I always read all the comments, and the fact that some people actually do tell me what their favorite animes are and what their favorite anime characters are, it's great, because I love reading them, and who knows, maybe I might make a video, where I read out everybody's top 5 favorite anime characters. I'll just read everybody else's. Make a video of that. That would be cool. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I hope that you did enjoy. Subscribe, like, comment, all that. And with no game for it to be over, I'll just say goodbye.